there, friends. Welcome to Roland Roars, where we learn big things in fun ways. I am so glad you are here today because we have something really special to share with you. Oh, Larry, tell them. I've been so excited. I'm so excited. Hey, Roland. Yeah. Let's settle in first. Okay. Today we're going to talk about a book. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking about a book. Boring. Books are boring. But Roland, what? This is not that kind of a book. This is a book about a man who goes back in time on a most incredible adventure. Again, he travels back in time and meets real people from history. Each teach him a lesson. Time travel? Like for reals? Well, it happens in a dream, but the lessons he learns, those are 100% real, my little buddy. The book is called The Traveler's Gift, and it was written by a man named Andy Andrews. And today, Roland and I are going to share all 6 lessons with you. Wow, 6 lessons? That's a lot of lessons, Larry. Are we going to remember all of them? Well, that's exactly why we are going through them together, my little buddy. Now, before we get to the secrets, we need to meet the main guy in the story. His name is David Ponder. And, well, his life, it was a total mess. So, here is the story. David Ponder was a regular guy, a dad, a husband, and a hard worker. He had a wife named Ellen who loved him so very much, and he had a daughter named Jenny. Oh, I like Jenny already. Well, Jenny was sick. No, she needed a very important operation, like a big fix from a doctor. But the operation cost a lot of money, and David, well, he had just lost his job. No job means no money coming in. So there he was, no job, no money, a sick little girl, and he felt like his life was totally falling apart. Oh, that sounds really scary. Well, it was, Roland. Have you ever felt like everything was going wrong all at the same time? Yeah. Like when I lost my favorite toy and it was raining and I spilled my juice all over myself, all on the same day. Exactly like that. Except grown-ups, they have problems that can feel a little bigger and heavier. And David felt so hopeless that one night he got in his car and drove very, very fast. And he crashed. No, he crashed. Now, here's where the story gets magical. When David woke up, he was no longer in his crashed car. He was somewhere completely different. He hadn't been sent on a journey, a dream journey to meet 6 people from history, and each one was going to teach him one secret that was change his life forever. Kind of like that movie, the one where the man sees what life would be like without him and he wants to live again. Exactly. You're brilliant, Roland. You're brilliant. Yes, exactly like It's a Wonderful Life. David's journey is like that. He starts with nothing, but by the end, he has everything he needs right here, right now. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go meet those 6 people now, Larry. Yes. David's first stop was the Oval Office, the room where the President of the United States works. He met President Harry Truman, who had a famous sign on his desk that said, "The buck stops here." A buck like a dollar or like a deer? Great question, but in this case, the buck meant the blame or the excuse. President Truman meant, I am not going to point my finger at someone else. Whatever happens, I am responsible. Oh, so you mean no blaming? Yes, no blaming, no excuses. This is lesson number 1, and it's maybe the most important one of all. It means I am responsible for my own life. My choices are my choices. If something goes wrong, I don't say it was his fault or her fault. I say, what can I do about it? That's hard, Larry. Sometimes things really aren't your fault, though. Well, that's true, Roland. And That is really smart of you. Sometimes bad things do happen to us that's not our fault. But here's the secret. Even then, we get to decide how we respond we always have that choice. And that is something no one can ever take from us. So friends, next time something goes wrong, try not to blame. Ask yourself, what can I do? That's a really good point. Now, next, David traveled back to an ancient times and met King Solomon, a king so famous for his wisdom that people came from all over the world to ask him questions. Solomon, I've heard of him. He was a really, really smart guy, right? Well, yeah, Roland, he was the smartest. And do you know what he told David? He said, wisdom is not something you are born with. Wisdom is something you go and get. You seek it. You look for it. You learn from people who are older and wiser than you. Like how I learned from you, Larry? Well, that's very kind, Roland. And yes, exactly. Wisdom means listening more than you talk. It means asking good questions. It means reading books and watching people who do things well and learning from mistakes, yours and other people's. You don't have to make every mistake yourself if you are paying attention. Oh, that is a good tip. Learn from other people's oopsies so you don't have to oopsies yourself. I could not have said it better, Roland. Seek wisdom every day from teachers, from parents, from grandparents, from books, and yes, even from a certain lion puppet named Roland. Yeah. So David's third stop took him to one of the most important battles in American history, the Battle of Gettysburg. During the Civil War, he met Colonel Joshua Chamberlain, a man who had to make a life or death decision with no time to think. Whoa, that sounds really scary. What did he do? Well, his army was out of bullets. The enemy was coming. His men were tired and afraid, and in that moment, Chamberlain did not freeze. He did not wait around and say, someone else figure this out. He shouted, charge, and led the men forward, and they won. They won? They won because he did something instead of nothing. Exactly right, Lesson. Exactly right, Roland. I am a person of action, he said, not someone who waits for the perfect moment, not someone who says, I will start tomorrow, someone who moves, even when it's hard, even when they are scared. Because here's the secret, brave people are scared too. They just do it anyway. Are you a person of action? What is one thing you have been waiting to do that maybe you should just go ahead and do it? Think about that for a sec. Just do it. Don't procrastinate. Stand up, be firm, and take action. Okay, I'm ready for the next visit. The next journey brought David somewhere surprising. He met a young girl named Anne Frank. Anne lived during a very dark and scary time in history called World War II. She and her family had to hide for a very long time because people wanted to hurt them just because of who they were. And yet Anne wrote in her diary that she still believed people were good at heart. She chose to find joy even in the darkest places. That is really sad, but also amazing. It is both of those things, Roland. And this is exactly why Andy Andrews, the author, chose Anne Frank to teach this lesson. Because if she could choose happiness in that situation, then surely we can choose it too. Happiness is not something that just happens to you. It's something you choose. But Larry, what if something bad happens? You can't just be happy all the time. Oh, that's so wise, Roland. You are right. You are allowed to feel sad. We are allowed to feel hurt or angry. Those feelings are real and they matter. But this lesson means we don't stay in the sad place. We don't let hard things steal all of our joy. Every single morning we make a choice. Today I will look for something good. Wow. What is one good choice today you can make? Just one. Think of it. Hold on to that. Okay, I'm ready for the next one. David met one of the greatest presidents of all time, Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln led the country through its most painful time, the Civil War, when Americans were literally fighting each other, and yet Abraham Lincoln was known for his kindness and his ability to forgive his enemies. Forgiving is really hard sometimes, though. What if someone was really mean to you? Well, Roland, you have to just ask the question that every single human being has asked forever. And here's what Lincoln and this lesson teaches us. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It's for you. Wait, for me? When you stay angry at someone, when you hold a grudge, it's like carrying a heavy backpack of rocks everywhere you go. It weighs you down. It makes you tired. It takes up space in your heart and mind that could be used for happy things. Forgiving someone means you put the backpack down. It just means you are choosing not to carry it anymore. Is there someone you have been carrying a heavy backpack for? Maybe it's time to just put it down. That was very well stated. Ready for the last one? Okay. The final most powerful lesson. David met an angel named Gabriel. And the lesson was the most simple and the most powerful of all six. An angel. Okay, this story just got even more amazing. It really does. The message Gabriel brought was this: I will persist without exception. That means I will never give up. Never, never. No matter what, I will never give up. No matter how many times I fail, no matter how long it takes, I will keep on going. Like David, he started the journey with nothing, no job, no money, no hope. And by the end, he had 6 secrets. Exactly, Roland. And that is the whole point of the story. David Ponder did not become successful because life got easy. He became successful because he decided to keep going. He persisted, and persistence, showing up again and again no matter what. That is the secret ingredient of this whole story. Larry, do you think we can do all 6 of these lessons and summarize them? I think we can try, and I think every time we try, we can get a little better. That is all any of us can really do. Okay, friends, let's do a quick review. Are you ready, Roland? Ready. I was born ready. Okay, here we go. Lesson 1, the buck stops here. I am responsible for my life. Lesson 2, I will seek wisdom. I will learn from people smarter than me. Lesson 3, I am a person of action. I will not wait. I will move. Keep going, Roland. You're doing a fabulous job. I know. Lesson 4, I will choose to be happy every single day. Lesson 5, I will forgive and put down the heavy backpack. And lesson 6, I will persist without exception. I will never give up. Wow! 6 lessons that came from 6 incredible people across all of history. And David Ponder learned them all in one dream, but you have learned them today, and now they belong to you. We really believe in you, you know. Larry and I, we think you are something pretty special, and if David Ponder could turn his whole life around, starting with these 6 lessons and secrets, imagine what you can do. That's exactly right, little buddy. Friends, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you love. We would love for more kids and more families to discover these 6 lessons together. And if you have a question or something you would like Roland and me to talk about, leave it in the comments. We read every single one. And you can also learn more by visiting our website, rolandroars.com. I love reading comments, Larry. Remember, the one kid who said I was their favorite lion? I remember. So, until next time, friends, keep learning, keep growing, and keep being the amazing kids that you are. That's my goodbye. We'll see you next time. But in the meantime, thank you so much for joining us on The Traveler's Gift. Goodbye.